badminton. What's my intro music?
I don't know, it's very classical, isn't it?
Hi, and welcome to... This is going to take a long time. Do you know what it is, Adele? It's your face.
I'm sorry.
I just keep looking at you. Yeah, that's better, thank you. Hi, and welcome to the 2020... oh, fuck's sake. Hi, and welcome to Badminton in 2020. It's been a really, really interesting year with some great eventing. Unfortunately, that is maybe about to change because we're really, really, really short on entries for this year's horse trials. Very, very rigorous qualification procedure, and only one rider has made it through, and that rider is Adele. How does it feel to have made it through to this year's Badminton Horse Trials?
I'm over the moon. I'm so excited. I actually qualified on my other horse because we'd at least done some novices. But yeah, he's unfortunately been kicked and is injured. And because of the lack of entries due to Corona, they've actually let me bring my other horse. We've actually given up eventing. Previously, we'd evented to B80, but really for him, he's much better at the dressage. But you know, we're here, we've qualified, we're going to give it a go, see what we can do. A little bit underprepared. He's a little bit overweight for what you'd normally think of a badminton horse, but you know, he's a trier. So yeah, with the lack of crowds and things, I'm hoping you might be a little bit more forward-going because it's normally quite spooky. So maybe this is the year for a spooky horse to go to badminton.
Yeah, well, if it's any year, this might be the one, absolutely. And when you say lack of entries, you're not exaggerating because there is, in fact, only one entry. Is that correct? And how did you feel when you found out, Adele, that you were the solitary entry that had made it through?
Yeah, I mean, I was still excited because, you know, there's a lot of really impressive riders out there, some incredible riders, and to think that they couldn't qualify, me and my B80 horse could. It really, it just shows, you know, that if you do keep trying, putting the effort in, it's worth it. Yeah, I'm really over the moon.
It's really impressive, and having seen, you know, Marley's form, your entry for this year, I'm really, really looking forward to the next few days. And can you just tell us a little bit more about Marley and his track record? I just had a quick Google, and I think he's fairly green for this level, but you know, obviously up for it and going to give it a go, which is wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, he's very keen for the dressage, tries his heart out. And we've been competing at elementary. So still, this is a significant step up from elementary. But we're more confident about the dressage. The show jumping and the cross country aren't normally his forte. We haven't got a lot of completions under the belt, even at BE80. I'm putting that all down to crowds. I'm thinking, because it's going to be quiet, why not just step up to 5-star overnight?
Yeah. Because I think the B80 crowds can be absolutely, you know, jam-packed in the stadium.
Overwhelming, so overwhelming for a young horse. That's spooky.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm really looking forward to watching him go around. And just remind people at home that might not be totally aware, you know, what is the difference between a B80 and a badminton 5-star?
So it's a little bit like, if we put it into layman's terms, it's a little bit like Mo Farah running the marathon, and then Bob from next door, who occasionally runs after the ice cream van when it leaves, and he hasn't got his ice cream, and he sometimes catches up with that ice cream 100 metres down the road or so. It's a little bit like Bob saying, do you know what, I'm going to try the marathon tomorrow. So, you know, it's not a huge difference, but it's a difference for sure.
No, I feel you. Well, I've always loved an underdog, and I'm looking forward to see how Marley does tomorrow. Good luck.
Thank you.
We are off to the trot up. Marley's looking uber smart. Toenails painted. Oh yeah. Are you ready, Marley? He probably won't trot. Please trot. So, dressage, this time is here. Don't know the test that well, but worse than that, I barely fit in my competition gear. If you have spent lockdown, like me, eating in a pair of leggings, time to put some jeans on or your competition gear, try and do it with your show boots and see if you need to cut off the donuts. I had 3 donuts this morning. Wasn't wise. pretty warm, not gonna lie. Pretty darn warm.
Okay. So Adele, you've just finished your dressage test. I understand it was your first time doing the B badminton. What is the name of the test? What do we call it?
It's an FEI 5-star.
Okay, cool. Let's like. Hi Adele. So I hear you've just finished your dressage test. I think the first time you've done an FER 5-star test on Marley or at all. So how did you find it?
It was really, really tricky actually. I was a little bit unprepared because of COVID-19. I actually haven't had a lesson for 8 weeks, and I normally would have a lesson every week. So I already felt a little bit out of my comfort zone anyway, even if I was just doing a normal elementary. But yeah, the step up was quite difficult. We actually don't have extended paces yet. So we just did mediums in all the extension. And we've been working on our changes. I've got one on the marker, the other 3, in fact, one of them I didn't even get, he broke to trot. But, you know, those straight line flying changes, they are tricky anyway. We've only really practiced them, and things like extended canter to a flying change, yeah, that wasn't going to happen. So, yeah, I'm really pleased considering I think he tried it out.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, I absolutely was listening to everything you just said, and yet at the same time, I just had changes by Ozzy Osbourne and Kelly Osbourne in my head. We're going through changes. So all I had was change. Every time you kept saying change, Adele, I just kept hearing changes. But it sounds like it was a really encouraging attempt for a first go. And you managed to stay on your horse, which I understand from speaking to your other half is an unusual occurrence, which is, I mean, I find that ironic because I think if either of the two of us were to be accused of always falling off, it's not going to be you. But that just goes to show how much he knows about your riding. But encouraging first start, and now we've got the best bits to come up. Well, best bits for most eventers, maybe not the best bits for Marley, this show jumping and the cross country.
Yeah, he definitely prefers the dressage. So yeah, that was probably his best bit out of the way now, and it could all be
peaked too early.
Yeah,
but we never know. The badminton atmosphere might just bring something out of him.
Yeah, and I mean, going into cross country day in the lead is incredible, and we're quite used to going into dressage into the next phases from dressage in the lead. We never ever maintain it, but this isn't our first time at the top after dressage.
This is not your first rodeo, exactly. And can you just remind the audience, Adele, what your dressage score was? Drum roll, please.
I actually don't know yet. Yeah, still waiting for that to be marked.
Oh, the tension is building.
The judge did say great attempt, so I think that's encouraging.
Fantastic. That's very encouraging. I think the test is slightly passive aggressive, but great is a good positive adjective.
Definitely, I'm pleased with that.
Oh, brilliant. Well done, Adele. I thought it was a fantastic test.
Thank you.
30 seconds, 107. 30 seconds. 5.
Here we have Adele Ayton riding Country Town's Lad. Adele debutant at Badminton today, and she's off, and there she goes. Fine there. The horse is decent too. And here comes Adele Ayton. She's made it past the first few jumps, which is a relative rarity, and there she is past the house, and off she goes again. Unfortunately, a stupid little animal crossed the path. It's very unfortunate. He's very sad. Here we have Adele Ayton again, bursting from the trees. Speed not necessarily a forte with this horse, but it is a goer. Certainly enjoys the events. She does make the most of the eventing season, and there she goes into the distance. And out of the bushes comes Adele Ayton. Remarkable story, really. Not fallen. Made it through the woods and heading towards the finish, and which will be the next horse out. It's Adele Ayton, the debutante. Not many people thought she'd finish. She is known for falling, but here she comes and safely through the finish, and she pumps the air, clearly elated. what a magnificent showing. As I said, known for her falling, but here she's far from that.
But I hear, Adele, that you had a clear round cross country, and I think you were the only clear round that day. So
yeah, again, over the moon. I mean, it's frustrating that there isn't any footage to prove it, but maybe that something will come up, someone will find something out of the woodwork maybe. But yeah, just absolutely buzzing with him. He was a lot of horse. He was wearing he had his summer, didn't have his summer body there. He was definitely carrying some winter weight, shall we say. Wasn't quite bikini ready, but yeah, for such a chubby little guy, he did really good. He dug deep.
I heard as well that you really splashed through that water complex.
Oh yeah, we were splashing. I mean, there's a lot of weight went through that water. It's tidal waves. Yeah.
Oh dear, no, it was a fabulous round, and as you say, such a shame that there's no video evidence that it even happened, because I could question, did it happen? But obviously I know and was there and saw it with my own eyes. It did in fact happen, but obviously there's no footage to share with other people. But I can absolutely promise to the audience that it was a round that I shall never forget.
Exactly that. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Oh dear. And do you feel quite tired after that, Adele? Because we've got the show jumping coming up, and I think that cross country round was quite testing, quite a grueling stamina test for the horses and for the riders, or rider singular.
Yeah, no, definitely. It really is taken a lot out of me. I'm gonna get an early night tonight. I'm ready for show jumping tomorrow.
Yeah. And how does Marley normally do at show jumping? Can you give us some insight?
I think, again, because crowds are on the very low side, we should be okay, because he doesn't really like spectators. So I think this could play into our favours here. But again, don't want to count my chickens before they've hatched.
No, well, exactly. Well, all the best of luck. We'll be there to watch you tomorrow, and fingers crossed you can take home the win.
Thank you.
Lord, we're going to have to put them away, or at least tie them up, Chris.
You can't tie the dogs up.
We have to, Chris. They're jumping all over my white jumpers. Out! God's sake. Too much for your horses. Out! Get out!
And there goes Adele into the arena. She is currently running around. We have a loose dog on the course. Not the most gallant of first jumps, but she is slightly distracted. She's heading towards the second jump, and she has made it clear, not the most gainly, over the third jump safely as well. I mean, one thing you'd say is there isn't a good deal of technique, but there's a lot of enthusiasm here. Over that safely as well. Now she has the tricky treble. There's a very high jump in the middle there. She makes the first cut. Oh, controversial underneath the middle and over the last. And there she goes onto the final jump, heading towards a clear. She did catch that last one, and she's over and through to the finish. And someone should probably get control of that faithful hound.
Adele, huge congratulations. I hear that is a double clear on Marley hobby horse Marley. Congratulations. How are you feeling after that wonderful round?
Absolutely ecstatic. I can't believe it. I'm over the moon. He did feel a little bit wooden coming into the show jumping after such a heavy day yesterday on the hard ground, but over the moon, absolutely over the moon. Yeah, couldn't have asked for more.
Yeah, so some of us are finding it hard to believe also. But huge congratulations. I thought it was a fantastic round. I think a little bit of stiffness around some of the turns, but to be expected, as you say, after the day he's had. But really accurate riding from you. Lots of energy, really kind of going over most of the jumps, if not all of them. But in between the flags, which I hear is absolutely all you need to do. So congratulations on smashing that final round, and you'll not be surprised to hear that you've actually come in first place.
Woo!
Your first Badminton win. Long overdue, ahead of some really big names that obviously didn't make it today, but if they had, wouldn't have changed the result. So well done, Adele. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I just can't believe it. I'm just speechless. So, I mean, I've put in so much hard work to get here. So yeah, really over the moon. Thank you.
And such a transformation, because on the first day on the dressage, I thought, Marley looked like a lot of horse to hold together. But I think by the end, the show jumping round, there was a lot less horse to hold together. He felt like he really kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think the cross country really took it out of him, and so yeah, we're gonna go home, get him back in the field, give him some feed, get him back up to where he was, because yeah, I do think it really took a lot out of him. He was a lot less of a horse on the show than he was for the rest.
It's almost like you want to plant him and water him and just see what grows.
It's a little bit like that, yeah. I mean, yeah, he's asleep now. He's literally horizontal, and we're just gonna get him home safe. Yeah,
I think a well-deserved rest after that exhausting, energetic round that we saw earlier. So proud of Dal. Well done.
Thank you. I ran with urgency.
Right.
Because I got the sponsored ride.
I knew you would. So did you genuinely not know anything?
No, she literally texted me 10 minutes ago, and I was like, I need to ring Hannah. And then she was like, you can tell Hannah, because we have 3 runners up that get a saddle cloth, and Hannah's one of them.
Oh, that's really sweet of them. Oh, bless them. That's so cool.
Anyway, saddle cloth coming to you.
Ready? And out of the bush comes Adele Ayton, flanked by her faithful hound, Ralph. He tends to lead her through in these circumstances. She's looking a little bit pissed off. That is a fairly regular occurrence, sadly. With regards to her boyfriend and faithful hound, she tends to fault their contributions to her work. She sees herself as an artist, whereas they tend to see themselves as assistants. She views their input as slightly upset. Ready when you are. And we're waiting here, as always, for Adele Ayton. We can hear her messing around in the bushes. Big fan of the bush is Adele, always has been. Albert, that you hear, is her faithful hound. Ralph, the less popular of the 2 dogs. She regularly scolds him as he's a little mischievous. Okay.
Albert, out! Albert! I've seen him lose his mind. Sleep now. Right, we can do the first bit. Sorry.
What did I do?
You didn't. But behind the phone, Chris pulled his trousers down and started doing this.
Oh my god. Well,
we can't, because we can't start the interview with some weird head bobbing around the top of badminton. It just cuts out your body, and just this floating head keeps going past.
I think it's quite good. Also, I look a bit like the sun, don't I? Because it's just a big full head. So
you're the wrong colour for the start.
Make sure you ask how. Make sure you emphasise it's a miracle that he made it round this time.
Well, no, we're not there yet. This is the trot up. We're just trying.
Miracle you made it round.
That's not very important at all.
I know. I just won fake badminton.
Yeah, we need a bit more support.
Oh, Bob running for the ice cream.
Go on, Bob. Go on, Bob. I couldn't get a curl in my hair. I was going to try and tie it so I looked like Claire Balding with no hair. And then I thought, oh, that's probably too much. I didn't want to offend Claire Balding either.
No, because she'll probably watch this.
Well, she might. She might. You just never know.
You don't.
But,
oh, looking lovely.
it is. Right, that's
You just completely vanished and it was all just Sid in the field.
It's actually my curtain. Let
me try it. I'll have to do it with like a thingy. Let's see if it
you need
works.
like a blanket.
No, it doesn't work.
Oh no, you did disappear.
Yeah, but just behind the... Oh yeah!
This is so much fun. How have we not done this before? L'Oreal, because she's worth it. Oh god, I hope this is not recording.